And I hope you'll be blessed with the second part of our story today. Once again, Women at the Well is here to assist, to help, to share our stories and to share our experiences in order to help other people to see themselves in our own stories, to be able to build themselves for the future that's ahead of them. God bless you, and as you listen, may you be wonderfully honored. Sarah, can you say hello to the viewers?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's lovely to be back with you all again. And I pray that, truly, as I speak, as I talk about my life story and where I've come from, that it will just encourage you and give you hope that no matter where you are at today, that you can come out and God can do mighty things in your life too. Yes.
Thank you. And it seems in the past couple of months, COVID has taken the mainstream of the whole society, of the news, of the pandemic, and we have swept the major thing that's killing the society and our youth under we have swept it under the carpet. That is life of crime, the life of stabbing, life of ganging, and most of all this all these destructions or all this spirit come from most of our children that come from care, because when we go to the care, we seem to lose the whole thing, and our children are lavishing on the street, and all manner of unexpected attitude and the all antisocial behaviors are coming out from people who are in care, and even the death rate, and also the rate of people going into underage youth going into prisons today is most of the time coming from care. And it's important for you people and the viewers also and the society to know how the church and Women at the Well has taken at this point and has taken this episode of this life destruction, this life changing attitude, to be able to help the people who are in case and who also have been lavishing, so that we can bring it out, to talk about it, to see how we can save our children and move on in life. God bless you as you listen to Sarah's story, who is going to help us to begin to look into this particular issue, this particular topic, how we'll be able to help the youth, how we'll be able to bring them out, and how the church and the Women at the Well as well can also help. And from there, we could see how we can tackle this issue to the glory of God.
Yes.
Yeah, Sarah, nice having you again, and
Yes, nice
welcome back to the show. Statistically, we show that many people who are in care end up going to prison, and they also end up having committing all these crimes or drug or into a kind of into being in gang kind of lifestyle. During your time, last episode, you mentioned about you being into drug and stuff like that. Can you also later highlight a little bit how you were able to come out of?
Yes, yeah. So I think it's kind of easy when you're in care to fall into those things like crime and drugs, because you don't necessarily have parents there to guard you, to lead you, and to guide you in life. And I think that's such an important factor, and why God created the family is to guide us and lead us in the right path. But when you don't have that, you kind of left on your own, to your own devices. And as much as I had foster parents, my attitude was, well, you're not my mum and dad, so you can't tell me anything. So automatically you get in this kind of rebellious mode, and that's where the spirit of rebellion can come in. And so at a very young age, again, then you just get in with the wrong type of friends, people that may be in the same situations, or maybe have parents but have difficulties at home. And, it just led to one thing to another. So I got into smoking weeds. Later on, got into the wrong crowds again and got into cocaine, then got taken into the party scene, and then you get onto other drugs, and you kind of go down in a downward spiral, and you've got no one to correct you, to say, like, fix up your life, what are you doing, to discipline. There's no discipline,
or take you where you're supposed to be.
There was no discipline. And what really hit me is, I remember I used to hang around with some guys, and they were quite violent. I think they'd been jailed for setting a girl on fire. And they had turned up at my house one day, and I'd come in late, and they just barged into my house. They said, "Oh, we want to go to..." I said, "No, I'm tired." They just barged in. They came in. They robbed my whole house, literally robbed it all. Told me to give them my phone. And I remember just sitting at my windowsill, just crying and thinking, "Wow, look at this life." And I just thought, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to be a statistic. I don't want to be like another person in foster care that just ends up to be nothing. You know? And from that point, I kind of decided to get a job and go and work. And as much as I was working, I was still involved in drugs and so forth. But I had a little bit more responsibility to know that I need to make a change if I want my life to change. Yeah.
Though you threw so much, according to your last episode, you talked about you were being moved from one house to another, from one family to another. Could you tell us how did that actually affect your relationship with man and now with God?
Relationships. So that was tough, I suppose, because where you are moving so much, you can't build those close-knit relationships. And I didn't trust people.
I know.
My thought was that if my mum and dad, who brought me into the world, can't protect me and can't look after me, then how can I put trust in another human being?
To be able to look after you.
That was just unheard of. So as much as I would get a little bit close to people, I never got close enough. I always thought that they're probably going to let you down anyway, so don't be surprised. So I had that kind of mindset. So that probably prevented me of getting too close to people. And I was quite willing to let go of people if they upset me or if they did something wrong. I was quite easy to just cut them off. And that isn't of God, because God doesn't do that to us.
Yes.
He doesn't cut us off when we fail. He doesn't cut us off when we do things wrong or make mistakes. That's not the character of God. And even with God, it did affect me because you'd hear a lot about intimacy, having intimacy with God.
Christ and Holy Spirit, yeah.
And I just didn't know what is that? What is intimacy? I didn't even sit down with my friends or people long enough. I was just moving. And that probably came into the church as well, where I became so much into serving, that I still didn't have that intimacy with God. And during lockdown, I really felt that God pulled me out of church to say, listen. And I was doing well. They were training me up to preach. But he's saying, no, without that intimacy with God, there can't be that wholeness. There can't be that deep inner healing that God requires of us. So it has been a battle, and it has been a journey that I'm still working through to develop with him and with people. And I think it's really good and mindful for people who are elders in the church, pastors in the church, to recognize, because sometimes we may look like rebellious, selfish, wicked people, but there's just a brokenness and there's just an issue there of how to connect with people and remain with people, because you just want to run. So it's about, on that side, not judging the person, but realizing that they're broken and they need healing from certain things in that area.
That's exactly. It's also important for to know that women at the well, it's here for you. In our group, we don't just have only 1-2 people. We have different people from different backgrounds, and men, women, also from different cultures as well. We don't just deal with a certain set of people, we deal with everybody. And it's also important for you to know that we are up to 130 something and up or above. And in that group, we do not just match you with anybody. We give you opportunity to relate with as many people as you want to, and being able to choose your own friend yourself, being able to have the direct influence, because you are a product of your influence, so that we don't just said, oh, because you come to the women at the well, you go to this place. Because we know that this is one of the issues that people who has been in care or people who has been facing rejection are facing right now. So what we do is that we give opportunity to you, for you to relate to as many people as possible. So we are above 100 volunteers in Women at the Well. So you don't just have to stay with people you don't like. So among all of us, you have the right to relate as many as possible and being able to be convinced and make your own choice of friends. And even if you don't like relating those kind of people, you still have opportunity to relating to other people. And what do we do? So we make it easy for you not to feel judged, not to feel restricted in relationship, or also we make it easy for you not to feel down or to be disrespected. We respect you, we accept you, we embrace you for who you are. We also work with you at your own pace. We do not look at you as if like you are you are stinking or you are a sinner. No, we don't judge people. We do not judge people. We don't condemn people. We give you opportunity to be free, and we give you opportunity to be accepted, to be loved, and feel loved. So when you join Women at the Well, these are the things and the opportunities we make available for you to be able to be reached, to have a relationship and a long-lasting one, and also for you to be nurtured, how to be able to have trust in people and keep relationship. Sarah, and at the same time, how do you feel now when after you have joined Women at the World? How is your relationship? How is your relationship with the church, God, and the people around you? The trust, is it growing or is it still at the same level?
No, God is bringing me into certain relationships that I'm having to learn to trust, and meeting all of you at the Women of the Well has been a blessing. Everyone is so open, so free, so loving, very welcoming from the beginning, and you just feel free. And it's a blessing for me to be around different women who have all got a situation that they've come from. They've all got a background, they've all got a story. So it's a blessing to just hear and gain wisdom from you all and be able to pray with one another, encourage one another. And it just really teaches me about that fellowship, especially surrounding women, and how important that is to have. And with the freedom, you can kind of build up that trust, because trust can take time. Trust, sometimes you need to just sit around the people and watch and discern, and because you're given that time and it's very free and you're not forced into anything,
no.
You're able to just relax and go
and be yourself
as far as you want. In regards to that relationship.
It's also important to mention that even though I personally come from the background of being a pastor, and Sarah as well, this choose to give her life to Christ and to know God, and so many of us, it's also important to know that we are a charity organization. We also have Muslims among us, those who go to mosque, who pray, and who are Muslim. We have Jews, we have other people from other religious backgrounds. So it's not just like all of us are not just Christians, but that's where I belong. So I cannot deny the fact that that's where I belong. But we have one way or the other in which we have we serve our own God. If you're a Muslim, it's as you are accepted. You are treated the same way, fairly, not judged, not condemned. You will also meet a Christian brother, a Christian sister in Women and Men at the Well at the same time. If you are from Jew, if you are from Hindu or something, we also have people from such backgrounds, and some who are still in the same religion, and some who have changed to join whichever religion they want to join. So do not let anything stop you from joining Women at the Well, and or stop you from or feeling that it's not part of your religion. You are accepted, you'll be loved, you'll be shown the way to grow or to build a happy life in the nearest future.
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah. Also, I learned that you are engaged.
Yes.
In fact, I know because I've seen you on Facebook being celebrated, and all of us are sometimes celebrated the joy and the good news. And also you are, I think, nearly to complete your studies in university.
Yes, yeah.
What can you actually tell us about that? Can you just elaborate on the good news? Because I
Yes.
still want to feel it more.
Yeah. Yes, so God has blessed me with a wonderful man of God coming to my life. Very unexpected. But one thing I can say in regards to that is that sometimes we don't receive from God because we don't ask. And for a very long time, people were asking me about marriage, when you're going to be married. And I was quite happy single, to be fair. But one day I did say to God, God, do you want me to be married? If you do, then tell me. And from then, everything moved quickly.
Wow.
So sometimes God is just waiting for us to ask,
To make
to
it
bless
more.
us. So yeah, we are engaged, and I thank God, and I believe that God is showing me another part of His love. You know, and saying, I will show you my love through, because that's what marriage is. It represents God and His church. It represents that that unconditional love, that even when you make a mistake, I'm going to love you. Even when you're sick, you're broke, I'm going to love you. And that is God's love for us. And that's why He gives us husbands and wives, to reveal that love in a human form, and to be able to receive it. You know, and with school, university, yes, I never thought I'd go university, but I always said I want to have the hat. I want the picture with the that was it.
That's it.
You know, so God is so faithful. Like the little desires, desires that you have as a child. I remember things I wrote down, and they've been fulfilled. Even things I wasn't even too bothered about, but God has fulfilled them.
Wow.
And it's encouraging to know that even as a single parent, because I was alone, I was with my daughter, and I was able to go to college, I was able to go to university, I was able to buy a car with no family to help as much. So it's to encourage you that no matter what situation you are in, God is the Almighty. He can provide you with anything that you possibly need. He has no lack. There's no limit with God. But He just says, if you only believe, if you only ask, those that ask, they will receive. So don't hold back from going to God. Don't think that you're such a sinner that you can't go to God. You're so unclean that you can't go to Him. He says, come as you are, and He will cleanse you. He will purify you. He will provide for you. He will protect you. He will lead you to the right place on the narrow path, and you will have a peace. And sometimes that means you have to leave certain things behind. And sometimes that may feel hard, but God promises whatever you leave behind, He's got something greater for you.
For you.
Much greater.
Much more greater.
Much
Wonderful.
greater.
That's it's something that when I remember. In fact, let me put it this way. This is the thing that gives me joy on what I do. The sacrifice I make, sometimes it's not really convenient for me to be going out to meeting people, taking calls at the odd hours, going to maybe help people with something, even leaving my own family behind. Sometimes I need to sacrifice that. But the joy of what Sarah is saying now, the joy is not just coming out of care. The joy is not joining women of the world, but the joy of it is that somebody who didn't think about getting married, never thought about going to uni or something, but have always loved it. Sarah has come out of care now. Sarah is getting married, is openly engaged. Sarah has gone to university and is about to graduate. What else? That's the thing that gives me joy. And you are there. You might be in such situation right now that you are tired of where you are, and you just feel you cannot meet up again. Sarah did it. She has fulfilled virtually all the dreams she has as a child, which seems impossible. You too can do it. We'll go on break, and we'll see you right after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Jessica Edmonds has written 3 phenomenal books. Don't forget to get your copy on Amazon, or simply log on to our website at www.thewomenatthewell.org.uk.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Me Michelle, it's a pleasure on behalf of the women of the world to wish you a very happy and joyous birthday today. You've been with us for some time now, and it's been amazing working with you. Actually, word failed me to be able to express how I feel inside of me, things you've done. But the one thing I will never forget about you is your promptness. You are and I want to use this opportunity to say thank you for all you do. Thank you for all the blessings. Thank you for making me to sleep without having to open my eyes. God bless you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Hey.
This is such a great surprise.
Yeah,
oh my
Sarah,
gosh.
yeah.
This was so not planned, viewers. Oh my God, I didn't even know. I was just like, I'm lost for words.
Yes.
Literally lost for words. Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Sarah, I want to say something.
Yes, no. God bless you, Michelle. Like, we've known each other from before in the
15
Lord,
years.
and now, and it's just a blessing to see your transformation, to see where you've come from and where you've come to today. And I just pray that God will continue to increase you, to bless you, to favor you, and that you'll fulfill all your desires that you have in your heart on this earth.
Amen.
Yeah, bless
Thank you.
It's also important to know that we are here with Michelle's mom. And Mom, do you have a greeting to say, please?
Did you say?
And her birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fine.
And
That's
my
fine.
son?
And this is Michelle's son,
Marquise.
Marquise.
Yeah.
Say hello to the viewers.
Hello,
and
everyone.
if you have a word to your mom, that would be lovely.
I mean, it's been a journey, innit, for you?
Yeah.
Been through the dark times. You know, I've been about with you. Keep me safe, and to see how you come from that to where you are now is a blessing. It's definitely from God watching over you, and I hope many blessings to come.
Yes,
Thank
definitely.
you. Thank
definitely,
you, everybody.
definitely.
It means such a
Yeah.
lot.
It's such a blessing to have Michelle, and just like I said, we don't have enough word to express, but that is also bringing us to the close of the day show. Michelle is a Christian, and you have had her story before, and she's also an author, but I would like us to join her to say a word of prayer for the future. Just like your son has said, many, many blessings to come, greater days ahead of you, through empowerment, for you to empower others as you are blessed to also bless others. But nobody can love God without the help of God. Therefore, we will just want to speak health. We want to speak love. We want to speak glory. We want to speak grace. That grace, the unmatchable grace of God to assist you, to lead you in everything you do. Just like as you have stepped out in order to empower other women, you have stepped out in order to encourage other women. You have stepped out, giving all you have in order to build other women and other homes. And people are being inspired by your book and everything you do. You will never stop here. Greater and greater and greater than Jesus did, you will also do. We wish you well in life, and we are happy working with you. God bless you. And at this junction, we want to say bye to the viewers. And remember, it was Michelle's birthday today. See you next week.
Bye.
God bless you. Bye.